Many people believe that they are qualified to start a business for as long as they have enough money to do so. In addition to being wrong, this belief is also very dangerous. As a matter of fact, this incorrect belief is one of the factors that is responsible for the failure of many businesses. Money is not the only thing that is required to start a business, neither is it the only thing that is required to sustain a business. There are some things you should know before raising capital to start a business, and ignorance of the fact is very dangerous. This is the reason you should be aware of them before you start making efforts to raise capital to fund a business. But before you continue watching this video, you should click the link below to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like watching educative and inspirational videos. You should also turn on the notification bell so that you will be informed whenever a new video is published in this YouTube channel. The things you should know before raising capital to start a business are as follows. 1. Raising capital to fund a business does not constitute a challenge until you determine the business you want to start. After one of my entrepreneurship seminars, one of the attendees approached me and told me that he wants to start a business but does not have money to do so. I asked him the business he wants to start, but he told me that he does not know yet. I also asked him how much he needed to start the business. He also told me that he does not know. I then asked him, "Why are you bothered about raising capital to start a business while you do not know the business you want to start and the amount of money you need to do so?" Trying to raise capital to fund a business without knowing the business to start is placing the cart before the horse. You should not be bothered about how to raise capital to fund a business if you have not decided, ascertained, or determined the business you will start. You may never be able to decide the business you will start if you are bothered about how to raise the capital before making up your mind on the business. You should be clear about the business you want to start before you start raising capital to fund it. Otherwise, the fear of raising capital may kill your ability to make a decision on the business you will start. Many people who are passionate about starting a business cannot do so because they make up their minds that they cannot raise capital to fund any business while they have no business idea. This is a wrong approach to business. 2. Raising capital to start a business does not constitute a challenge until you determine the approximate amount of money you need. In addition to determining the business you want to start, you should also determine the approximate amount of money you need to start the business before you start raising capital for the project. The more specific and precise you are about the financial requirements for starting a business, the better for you. If you do not know the amount of money you need to start a business, how can you plan to raise the money? Besides, what would be your response to someone, some people, or an organization that wants to help you by financing the business if you are asked how much you need for the project, but you have no answer to the question? You should ascertain the amount of money you need to start a business before you start making efforts to raise it. 3. Raising capital to fund a business does not constitute a challenge until you acquire the expertise for growing the business. Determining the business you want to start and also ascertaining the financial requirements for starting the business are necessary, though insufficient preconditions for raising capital for the business. When you decide the business you want to start and also determine the amount of money you need to start the business, raising capital to fund the business still does not constitute a challenge until you acquire the competence, expertise, and proficiencies for starting, managing, and growing the business. There is no doubt that there are more businesses that fail than those that succeed. Besides, while many businesses are dying, most existing businesses are merely struggling to survive. One of the factors that account for this ugly situation is that numerous entrepreneurs lack the expertise to manage their business. If you are looking for money to start a business, while you lack the competence to manage the business, then you are only looking for money to waste. The reason is that the future of your business will be determined by your managerial expertise and competence. 4. The most important capitals for funding a business are intangible. Though money is important in funding a business, it is not the most important thing in doing so. Do you know that there are some people who have enough money to start a business, but who cannot do so because they lack intangible resources for starting and managing a business? Intangible resources are more important than tangible resources in determining the success of a business. Just as money is not the most important thing in starting a business, it is also not the most important thing in sustaining a business. It is noteworthy that money alone can neither start nor sustain a business. Though you can use money to start a business, intangible capitals play more significant roles in ensuring the success of the business. You will waste your hard-earned money, time, and effort if you lack the necessary intangible resources for managing and sustaining a business. It is a pity that many entrepreneurs are ignorant of this fact. Intangible resources for business success includes quality business idea, managerial expertise, business contacts, and so on. Many people fail in business simply because they are more interested in having enough money to start a business than in having enough intangible resources to manage, grow, and sustain the business. 5. Though capital determines the level of takeoff of a business, it does not necessarily determine the future of the business. The future of a business does not necessarily depend on the amount of money that is used to start it. There are some businesses that were started with huge sums of money that are no longer in existence. Some of them died shortly after they were started. There are also some businesses that were started with small amounts of money that are now multinational corporations. Some of such businesses were started by the roadside. It may be a suicide mission starting big, because doing so may be very dangerous. Though you should think big, you should start small. Besides, though you should think global, you should start local. There are vital lessons you will learn from practical experiences in business, and the experiences may be failures, which are often accompanied by losses and injuries. Besides, the higher the level at which you fail, the more the losses and injuries you will incur. Consequently, it will be easier to survive mistakes, failures, and challenges in business if you start small. You may lose a great deal of money, if not your life, if you start big but make a mistake. There is nothing like a small mistake in business when you start big, because such mistake will be unbearable. The fact that you start small does not mean that you will remain small. The fact that you start big also does not necessarily mean that you will remain big. If you are not careful, you may start big but end small. But if you are adequately prepared for the challenges of building a successful business, you can start small, yet grow big in business over a period of time. 6. The important thing is not funding a business, but funding a successful business. Many people are in a hurry to start a business without considering the future of the business in advance. It is a pity that many people who set up businesses do not think about the lifespan or future of the businesses before starting them. The most important thing to them is starting a business, not what happens to the business afterwards. Whether the business will die prematurely or struggle for the rest of their lives is not a matter of consideration. It appears that some people who own businesses see starting a business as an end in itself rather than as a means to an end. This is an incorrect reasoning. It is also a faulty approach to business management. This is one of the reasons many businesses fail before they start. This is the reason it is of absolute importance to emphasize that the important thing is not funding a business, but funding a successful business. It makes no sense raising capital to waste in a business that will fail. It does not make sense starting a business that will die after a while. Starting a business is important, but making profits from the business and also sustaining its existence for a reasonable length of time should be more important to an entrepreneur. A business should help the owner to maximize profits for a reasonable length of time. The above are the things you should know before you start raising capital to fund a business. It is very important that you are aware of these facts before you commence your efforts to raise capital to fund a business. It is also very important that your activities are guided by these ideas while starting a business. Otherwise, your objectives may be defeated even after starting a business, and your capital and the business will be lost. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, you should click the link below to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like watching educative and inspirational videos. You should also turn on the notification bell so that you will be informed whenever a new video is published in this YouTube channel. I hope to meet you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.